Hi everyone, Arlene here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is to explain and show you a few of the elements that I'm going to be putting out on my very much pared down decor on my front porch. And I'm still waiting for one more pillow cover to come. And then I can get to decorating out there. I'm not going to do a decorate with me. I'm not going to reveal the front porch until at the very beginning of my home tour, which will probably go up Sunday morning, Saturday or Sunday morning, probably. We've got some stuff to do between now and then, you guys. We're actually going to visit with Maverick and Candace and Dustin on Sunday, I believe. It could be Saturday though, so one or the other. But I am going to try to get that video up sometime this weekend. But I've got, you know, life is busy, you guys. Life is busy, so what can I say? Anyway, first, before I get started, thank you guys so much for all of your wonderful, sweet, and loving comments that you left me on Monday's video. I very much appreciate every single word of encouragement. I'm telling you, I really appreciate. And you know, everybody needs a word of encouragement sometimes, and a word to boost them up. You know, there are days when I'm feeling down too, you guys. I cannot tell a lie. I mean, of course, I am not happy-go-lucky and bright and cheery every single day, although I try really hard. But there are days when it's hard to put a smile on my face and to walk through the day, you know. So thank you guys so much. Thank you too to all of my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel here. I appreciate all of you who have joined me. I appreciate it. I hope I can help you stay entertained here just a little bit. I'm just finishing up my spring Easter decor. So I'm just fixing to do a home tour here in the next few days, as I just referred to. So let me get started and tell you about the elephant in the room. Back there is my white wicker chair. That's one of them. I have two just the same. I've had them since before we moved in to this house. Those chairs are actually, I'm trying to think when we built our deck at the other house, probably, oh, I don't know. They're very old chairs, but they are made of a material that they just weather so beautifully. Chris power washed that the other day and went ahead and brought this one and its partner out on the front porch. And I asked him to carry it in here for me so I could show you guys what my plan is. First, let me show you my wreath, and then we'll get back to that. Here is the wreath that my whole front porch is going to be based around, the decor on my front porch. I made this wreath a couple of years ago, and I can put the link in the description and to show you how I made this. This is a grapevine wreath, and as you can see, it's very springy and very pretty, and with a touch of black. I really love using black in my decor, you guys. I really love it, and kind of the blue and white kind of gives that same kind of feeling, you know, the deep cobalt blues and the navy blues. It gives me a nice basic color on which to build. And you can see the sign, "Today I am thankful," and the cross there, it says "Love never fails." And both of them I believe I got those from Hobby Lobby, but it's been, like I said, a couple of years ago. I haven't purchased anything for what I'm going to be making today, but I have purchased two new cushions for my chairs out on the front porch, and two new pillow covers. That is just a cover. And Chris has repainted my milk cans, bless his heart, black. So they are going to be black. And then in the milk cans, I'm going to be placing these, one on each side of the front door. Hello. I got these yesterday. I did buy these at Hobby Lobby yesterday. They were from the spring shop, as you can see. And so the spring shop is 40% off of everything, and these were $40. So, but we have tried in the past to put real plants out there, and everything just passes away out there, even with Chris watering it, who has the greenest thumb in the whole wide world. So we went looking for something that we could put out there. You can see these even have a little bit of pink in them. So we are going to be using fake plants. Yes, we are, on the front porch. I know, but that's what we're going to do. Because we have tried to grow plants out there before and we just have not been successful. So we are definitely going to be using those probably on either side of the door. I'll have the big sign, welcome sign that Stacy made me out there. And I may bring a little table out there so that I can set this little lantern on it. And that's what I'm going to be working on today. I'm going to be doing a 12 loop funky bow topper for this lantern. That will be it. It's still, you know, it's still some decor out there for sure, but it's not all the little different accent pieces that would go in my wagon and the tablecloth and the this and the that and the other thing. All of that is gone. The wagon is taken off, as you saw last week. And so we are going to be working with this lantern. And I already have part of the bow topper made already. I had this made to hang on probably a white lantern beside my fireplace. But this is the color that I used for like that end of the room where my fireplace was. I had this in the garland that runs across the mantle, and I had it in the wreath that goes up on the mirror above the mantle. So I don't know where I use this, but I already have it made. So I'm going to be using this and hanging this on the side. But first thing we need to do is I'm going to make a 12 loop funky bow. Again, you guys have been calling for me to make these. So I had realized too, you guys were right. I had not made any funky bows in a long, long time. So I'm glad to be making a few for you now to show you how to do them. And then we're going to turn this into, you know, a lantern topper with that kind of swag there. So we'll see. Also, I have some of these florals left over from when I did that wreath. Can you believe that? These were what I cut off. I cut some of these off to make that wreath. So we're going to be pulling the elements down from the wreath into the lantern topper too. It looked a little bit different, but very similar. And I got these from, I believe I got these from AC Moore before they closed. And that is also where I got one of the ribbons that I'm going to be using. These are the, hi honey. Look what came. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it's heavy as lead. This came, this is the other thing that's going to be going on the front porch. Whoa. Look at this. This is a new rug. I don't know, is it in the camera? Isn't that pretty? Look at that. It's a hummingbird, right? The hummingbird. We just love it. And you all know we love hummingbirds. So that is going to be going right in front of the front door outside on the porch. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. That just came. That was one thing we were waiting on. And that just came. So thank you, Chris. He's going to put it out there. Where was I? The ribbons. So this cream or whitish cream and green ribbon came from AC Moore. I can't tell you. Actually, I don't know whether this ribbon is available at Hobby Lobby. I haven't looked at the ribbon in Hobby Lobby in so long, but this is the other ribbon. And I did get this from Hobby Lobby. But again, this is ribbon I've had in my coffers. And then black and white buffalo check. So you can see where I'm going with the corally pink and the black and white, you know, trying to pull all those elements together on the front porch, and Lord willing, it will all look really nice when we get it all pulled together out there. Fingers crossed anyway. All right, let me turn my camera here. I've got my hot glue gun. Should be interesting. Plugged in here because I'm going to have to glue these little pieces into the bow. So let me get my camera turned, and I do have 3 questions, I think, too, that I'm going to try to get to. So I need to kind of quit yammering and get turned around here so that I don't keep you guys all day. Okay, let me turn here. I have 12 strips of ribbon. Each strip is cut at 22 inches long. I have a pipe cleaner ready to go here. I've got a couple of more ribbons over here on a chair beside me. That one will be tied on the back to be used to tie it onto the lantern. And then the other one will be used for a couple of tails that will go down in with the swag. Maybe, we'll see about those tails. So anyway, I'm gonna put out my measuring tape here, and I'm gonna do these loops at 6 inches long instead of 5.5 or 5 3/4. I'm gonna do them 6 inches long. And I'm gonna set myself up a pattern, you guys. Again, this is a 12 loop funky bow. It's an even numbered looped bow. So I'm gonna go all the way through the pattern with the loop pointing one direction. And then the next time I come back to the beginning and go through the pattern again, I'm gonna turn the loop the opposite direction from the middle, which will be my thumb, middle of the bow, which will be my thumb. Okay, so let's get started. And I'm just going to fold the first piece in half and flatten it out. That gives you the most accurate measurement, is if you flatten the ribbon out. Go to 6 inches, lift it up and pinch it together. And then go to that back tail and twist. Just to bring the right sides going in the same direction at this point in time. Here we go. Second ribbon. Again, we're going to go to 6 inches, point it up from center. If you hear it moving around and stuff, Chris and I are really working in the basement trying to get it purged and cleaned up down there. And he's working on some stuff down there today. So here we go with the third piece, 6 inches. And accordion it in side by side by side. And that gives us our third ribbon in our pattern, all pointed up from center, with the loops pointed up from center, okay? Now, the ribbons are gonna start wanting to slide down into the crook of my finger, and I'm gonna let them do that. And that way I'm not having to squeeze it so tight. I will let up. See how I let up? As I'm sitting and gathering my next piece of ribbon, I let up on my grip a little bit. So go to the next piece, and for these three, this time through the pattern, I'm going to be turning that loop down from center and accordioning it in there, side by side by side. I'm not piling the ribbon underneath from the bottom or from the top. I'm going side by side by side. Okay, next time, 6 inches, turn it, accordion it in there. Chris is working right under us right here. That's his workshop, is right underneath the kitchen here. And accordion it in there. Okay. So that gives us 6 of our 12 loops in this 12 loop funky bow. You can see the ribbon has scooched down to the crook of my thumb and finger there, and I have plenty of room to go here. So here we go. Next time through the pattern, we're going to turn that ribbon up from center again. And go to that back tail and twist. And again, up from center. Accordion it in, side by side by side. Go to that back tail and twist. One more. 6 inches. And this is thick ribbon. Twist. Okay, now the last time through, I'm going to turn these last 3 loops down from center. Down from center. Okay, so there we go with all 12 loops added in. I'm not having trouble holding it. I have little hands too, you guys. I really do. I'm a big lady, but I have little hands. Okay, next. This is going to be the ribbon that I tie the funky bow onto the lantern with. So I'm going to actually add this kind of to the back. I'm kind of lifting my fingers and I'm adding it to the back. Actually, I want to try to find the middle. There we go. Adding it to the back of the bow and just kind of catching it with my finger there, so that when I pull the bow onto the lantern, it'll pull it on tight. So I want this ribbon as close to the bow as I can, because I want the bow as close to the back to this as I can when I tie it on there. And then I have one more long piece, about 35 inches long, I think. And I'm just going to accordion that in, and those will be 2 tails. Okay? So I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, I'm going to lay it across the top, kind of try to find the middle. All we're using the pipe cleaner for is closing the bow. We're not going to tie anything, we're not going to use this for anything other than just closing the bow. But you get these fingers up as close to the bow as you can, and then kind of slide this other hand around and squish, and then really get that pipe cleaner up there and tight, and twist and twist and twist and twist. Okay, so there we go. Now that looks like a mess right now. I know it does, but the magic comes in when we start to fluff. The most important part of any bow, not just the funky bow, but any bow, is the fluffing. Fluff, fluff, fluff. The tails come up and around, that's fine. Now, next thing I want to do is I want to get this. So that's all I'm going to do with this right now. Isn't that pretty though? It really does make a beautiful 12 loop funky bow. These 3 ribbons, I love them together. I think they're pretty. I love adding the little bit of green in, although I'm tending to let the green kind of go toward the back of the bow and kind of just peek through to give me just a little bit more bulk to the bow. I'm not crazy about it being out front and large and in charge. I really prefer the florals and the buffalo check, but the green acts as a nice background. See that? It acts as a nice background. All right, so next thing I want to do is, I'm not going to do this sitting here. I will wait until I get the bow onto the lantern, and then I will add those in. So let's bring my lantern over here. I'm going to have to probably try to figure out the best way to do this. I think I'm just going to use a tie wrap and tie it in a couple of places. And we're going to wrap it right around this little top part of the lantern. You can see that? And then I'm going to tie the bow right over top of this, I hope. We'll see. So there's one. And this is the front here. So I think I would like this tied right to the side here. I have another, you can see this. I have another little piece of metal there. Okay. And the way I made this, part of this swag, I guess I should tell you that, huh? Is I very simply tie wrapped some of these roses on and some of these little wispy pieces on, just and had them cascading down this little hanging swag. And this has been in a bin for several years, a couple years at least. All right, now let's see if I can get this bow tied on the front here. Just stand up to do this. And Okay, so here's the bottom of the bow. And I'm just going to come up and over the top, but underneath this back stem. And when I tie the bow, it should go up and over that and hide that. Not that I'm real worried about it because this is going to be sitting with its back. You know, you're not going to be able to really see the back of this. But still, I like to try to make it somewhat attractive, you know. So I'm tying it really tight, as you can see. So I'm just going to tie the bow right over it. Do a little dovetail back here. All right, now I want to do some fluffing. I'm not sure if I want those kind of in the back. I'll let the foliage. Okay. One thing I like about the 12 loop so much is I have so much to work with, and I just love that I have, you know, I always have something else to pull on, something else to fill in with, and I love that. Now, let me pull over some of these little tufts of greenery. And I'm going to start adding them in to the bow. Again, I've got my glue gun kind of behind the camera here, and I'm just putting glue right on the end of the stem. I'm putting the stem in the bow. And then I very well may add a little bit more glue. And now I'm just going to play a little bit and put some of these little pink tufts in and around this bow. So I might stick them in and then come back with the glue. These roses. I kind of thought, what would it look like to put kind of a bud coming out of the top kind of over here. Just to kind of give it some continuity. you know, as we come through the bow. I think that would be pretty there. Oops. And I really don't want to put one in the middle, but just something to, you know, to say, oh yes, I see where we're going with this, you know. I love this. So soft, so pink and pretty. I love it. I don't want to put anything through the bow, but one might be pretty going through the bow, right like that, huh? Yeah, I like that. And as it cascades right down. Love that. All right. Okie dokie. I think that, my friends, will do it. I need to get another glue stick. Be right back. You know what? I don't want these tails to be super long either. I think I just want them kind of right there. If that long. I'm not even sure I want them that long. There we go. All right, done. I'm calling it done. I love it. By the way, inside, Chris had found these candles off of Amazon a long time ago, and they are almost like a plastic. So they will weather very nicely. If this gets wet, I'm not even sure this will be sitting in a place where it can get wet though. And I'm not putting any kind of flower ring around it. That just gives bees something to build a nest in. So as if this isn't enough. Hopefully this will look pretty sitting out on the table though, out on the front porch. I love it. All right, you guys, let me do a little bit of cleanup here and I will be right back and we'll see if we have some time to answer a few questions here. Okie dokie, I'm back. And I'm super happy with how this worked out, huh, you guys? Very, very happy with it. It's soft and pink and pretty and just lovely. And I know it might seem large and in charge and very florally here, sitting here in the house, but I think out on the front porch, y'all know how far away my house sits from the road, and I think that we can just get a taste of that, you know, as you're walking up or as whoever comes to visit, and it'll just say, welcome, welcome to our home. So I'm super happy, and it pairs beautifully with the wreath. Looks good, looks good. So, yay! I love it when a plan comes together, and then, you know, the two chairs with the black and white and the corally pinky color pillows, and then with the plants, you know, inside the black milk cans. I think it's going to look pretty good out there. Hopefully it will. Okie dokie. Here we go with my questions now. Number one is from Buffy 5KT. That looks like a wonderful breath of fresh spring loveliness. I think she's talking about the mailbox. How do the ribbons do with the elements? Break down at all? Fade? I guess they don't, since you do this all seasons. Fun project, thanks. The ribbons hold up beautifully. They really do. And yes, they do fade sometimes, but usually it's not within the first, I usually change my mailbox out probably every, what you guys, 4 months, 3 to 4 months. The spring and summer, of course, ribbons tend to fade quicker than the fall, Christmas and winter ones do. But I use a product called Never Wet. Only problem is I'm not even sure if they make Never Wet anymore, although one of you told me that you're still buying yours from Amazon, so maybe they do still sell it. The last time I checked on Amazon, they were really gouging, which sometimes tells me that they are no longer going to sell it or the product has gone out of, stock or whatever. I did buy a new product that I have not tried yet. For those of you wondering, I have not tried it because I still had some Never Wet left over, and I always prefer the Never Wet. Never Wet does not stop from anything from fading, though, you guys. It will stop water damage, but it will not stop fading. I don't have a lot of problems with that. I change out my mailbox probably once every 3-4 months, though, so I don't give it a lot of time to fade. And I usually use the same mailbox covers and the same florals and the same bows, usually a couple years running at least. My Christmas, I think, it was the 3rd year for it this year. So, So I guess it would depend on the time of year and what kind of weather we have in that year, So, there we go, Buffy. Hope that helped you. Okay, number 2 from Pamela Reynolds. Good morning, Arlene. I have a couple of questions. When do you start to think about your fall decor and design for the next season? Christmas? How many weeks or months do you start planning or thinking of the new season? Okay, well, let me see. I've really already started thinking about my fall and my Christmas decorating, really, because I'm really not going to change it this year. I'm really, really, really not going to change anything out this year. I'm hoping not to go out and buy all new things. I may still need to augment just a little bit with each season because I switched everything out. This was my 2nd year for the blue and white fall. And I added some things in this year, and I will probably continue to add a couple of things in with the blue and white and burnt orange. That's my fall theme. My Christmas theme on this side of the house is red, white, and gold. And I have had a lot of my decor that I used for that for years, decades, some of it. And I love my Christmas decorations, and I don't want to get rid of them. In fact, what I did this year is I got rid of, or I have them in a bin waiting to see if I ever use them again. I have a 3-year rule. If I put something in a bin and it's not been seen in 3 years, then it gets taken to Goodwill or the Salvation Army. And I pulled out all the burgundies that I used in years past, and I have them in a bin and I have them waiting. I instead really enjoyed using the true Christmas red, white, and gold in this house. Pulled in a little bit of the vintage here and there with more light reds and pinks in places, a couple places. Just, I loved that for this side of the house. And then the other side of the house, I found that new blue and white tree. I did buy that this year out of my paycheck. I make my own money, and I usually throw whatever money I make back into my channel and back into our home, And so I bought that tree out of my own pocketbook, and that really set the tone for that side of the house. And I was able to get a few more things for over there, but I will probably be doing a couple things. As a matter of fact, your next question is, what is your favorite collection that you own? And what do you think of the Jim Shore collection? I'm thinking of buying my first piece. Have a wonderful day, and what a nice surprise to see your pop-up video over the weekend. Thank you so much, Pamela. I would say my Jim Shore at this time is my favorite collection. It is the, oh goodness, I can't think of it, Woodland Creatures collection, I believe is what I have been collecting, which are the lighter colors and blues and grays, and has, woodland creatures like raccoons and I don't know what all, bunnies and other things sitting around either Santa Claus or the angel or whatever, I love Jim Shore. Jim Shore is very well made. I think it's timeless. I love it. Other collections I have are my willow tree collection, which I absolutely love too. I love the soft feel of all of the willow tree angels and figurines. So I would say those are my two favorite collections right now. I also, of course, in the past had collected Longaberger baskets. I had collected Dickens houses, and those have kind of gone, I would say, a little bit by the wayside. One, because Longaberger is, well, they're still selling, but I don't need any more Longaberger baskets. And the Dickens houses, I don't need any more of those either. I am not a person who likes to put out a whole town or city of Dickens houses. Not saying that I wouldn't, but I don't want to dedicate the space to do it. I love having my different vignettes and the way the house looks for Christmas, and I just wouldn't do that. And I do have the Dickens houses up, you know, up on top of the cabinets all year through. They're always up and lit. So some of them, not all of them, but I don't have all that many. I don't have like 50 of them or anything. I really don't. So, but there you go. I hope that helped you. So I don't, for Easter this year, I really didn't, I didn't plan at all for it. I just kind of started to plug it in to my blue and white decor. And I found that egg garland with the gold lame or whatever you want to say, or the gold dipped in gold or whatever you want to call that stuff that I used everywhere. I found that in my coffers. So I kind of just go for it as I'm decorating in the season. You know, I don't do a lot of planning. You know, I just kind of, I know that there are people out there who really do plan and who plan rooms and vignettes and reuse the stuff that they have, you know, and that's great. And that's what I want to use and reuse and have, especially with Christmas throughout the decades, you know? So there we go. Hope that helped. I kind of talked in circles, but what's new? Number 3 is from Rosie Singleton. Hi, Arlene. Every single Easter decoration you have done is perfect. Aw. I can't make up my mind which is my favorite. And yes, you were a bright light this past year during the pandemic. Bless your heart. Thank you so much, Rosie. You always put a smile on my face when I saw that you posted a new video. I was wondering if you and Chris watched the Netflix series, The Crown. I didn't think I would be interested, but I gave it a try. I'm halfway through season 3 and look forward to watching 2 episodes an evening. I think it is very well done, and I have learned a lot about the royal family. Take care and never change a single thing about you. Much love, Rosie. Thank you. First of all, thank you for all those sweet words. Oh my goodness, Rosie, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. And yes, I have watched all seasons of The Crown. I very much enjoy it. Of course, I grew up. I am the same age that Princess Diana was, you know, and got married the year after she did. Had my kids the year after she did, you know. So, you know, and was devastated when she was killed, you know. But anyway, yes, I have watched all seasons of The Crown. I really like it. I think they really did a good job casting Diana too with this girl. And I know that they age, you know, through the years, and they always do a fabulous job with casting. So I really have enjoyed it. I really like The Crown. Yeah, one of my favorites for sure. All righty, you guys, that is all the questions. Well, let me check my studio and make sure I don't have any more. Oh gosh. All right, you guys, so that's it. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you maybe learned a little bit of how to make a 12-loop funky bow topper for one of your lanterns, or hanging on the side of a picture would be pretty, or a mirror. You know, you could do tons of stuff with this. So anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping in and for taking the time out of your day to watch me craft and do a bunch of yammering along here. So again, next up will be my home tour whenever it does go up. And again, it might not be till this weekend. Probably won't be till this weekend, you guys. But I'll do my best to get it up, and you know, we'll do a walkthrough, and then I'll probably put nighttime pictures at the end with the time change and stuff. By the time it gets dark, I'm like, you know, down for the evening. So I'll probably put nighttime shots in at the end to music, you know. So, but anyway, stop back in for that when it comes up. It'll be my Easter spring combined home tour for 2021 here. Oh my goodness, can y'all believe it? Time goes by so fast. Time goes by so fast, but I can't wait to see Lil Mav. Yay, get to see him this weekend. I'm so thrilled. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. He's such a little doll. So let me just say, I hope that all is well with everyone. And for those of you who might be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits. Hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. With all that said, I'll just say thanks for watching. Until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.